In this video, we got a gameplay on the new Dark Matter Paul George in NBA 2K23 Myteam. He's going to be a 99 overall shooting guard small forward, and he is 6'9", so a great height for that shooting guard position. Looking at his stats, he's got a 96 3-ball, 95 mid-range. I mean, we know Paul George is basically going to have perfect stats and badges, also with a 98 driving dunk, 95 ball handle. He's going to be a very good defender, and I think because of his player model and him being 6'9" with these defensive stats, I think you can also run him at small forward and still have a lot of success, and I think that's actually going to be his better position, is going to be at the small forward spot, kind of being a 3-and-D small forward. He's got 96 speed, 96 acceleration with a 94 speed with ball, and then you take a look at the badges. This one is going to be the heroic version, which does have 30 Hall of Fame badges. There is that hero one that does have 40 Hoffs, but that's pretty much the only difference. This one's got Hall of Fame bully, fast twitch, fearless finisher, limitless takeoff, agent 3, blinders, catch and shoot, corner specialist, deadeye, guard up, limitless range, ankle breaker, clamp breaker, handles for days, hyperdrive, killer combos, quick first step, unpluckable, anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, off-ball pass, post lockdown, and then also 22 gold badges. So I think PG is going to be maybe one of the best shooting guards or small forwards in the game, depending on if he does have a good jump shot, because at this point of the year, that's what it really comes down to, is going to be cards releases and their animations, not so much about the stats and badges with cards nowadays. But looking at his SIGs here, first off, I do want to see how the card does move, and I will say his movement looks solid. I mean, it's not like my favorite moving card in the game. It's a little bit wonky, but I will say it's decent. But then his jump shot, that's probably going to be the biggest flaw about this card. The fact that they didn't change his release, so it's only going to be Paul George, Paul George base, Paul George upper on very quick timing. It's just not going to be the greatest jump shot in the game. I will say, like, it's not terrible. Like, if you're still wide open, you can green with this card. It's just not going to be like a super quick jump shot like a Ricky Davis, like a T-Mac, like a Terry Dischinger. And I know there is a lot of people out there that actually like jump shots that are a tad bit slower, so this one's going to be super easy to green. That's what I will say about the Paul George release, is that you can green with this release so easily if you're wide open. It's just going to be a little bit hard to get the shot off, off the dribble. Like in the catch and shoot, it's going to be money. It's just going around a screen and then trying to shoot might be a little bit harder with this Paul George card. Let's go green 1 more 3, and let's get on to the Dark Matter Paul George gameplay. Into the Clutch Time online game here with the Dark Matter Paul George. My opponent's actually got a very good squad. He's got Steve Smith at the shooting guard position, so that should be a tough matchup at the shooting guard spot. I want to send Paul George here on a backdoor, trying to find him underneath the basket, and I think just his size and his player model is going to be really good at going to the basket, and what's going to make him a very solid defender in game, because I think, like I said, I think he's actually going to be better at small forward, because at the shooting guard spot right now, you want to run cards, like T-Mac, Terry Dischinger, Ricky Davis, even cards like Vince Carter, Glenn Rice, guys that are going to be really good on the offensive end, cards like Steve Smith, where I feel like Paul George is going to be more of a defense card. But yeah, Paul George's release is just going to be a tad bit too slow if you're going up against an opponent that knows what they're doing on defense and is going to be able to contest all your shots. It's just going to be a lot harder to score the basketballs. We're trying to go to that paint. Paul George is able to finish at the basket. We just got to play a lot better defense. I mean, Steve Smith is a really tough matchup for PG, because Steve Smith is a really good offensive 2 guard, and it looks like my opponent does kind of know what he's doing. But great defense there from Paul George. We're not going to be able to get that rebound. He's got Taco Fall, and I got Boogie Cousins at the center spot, but we're looking to play good defense. I mean, I will say, Paul George is going to be great at going to the basket. He's got pretty good burst animations. He's got some pretty good dribble sigs, and he does have a very good player model going to the rim, and he's got some good dunk animation. So I think he's going to be more of like a 3-and-D type of small forward, where he's going to be really good in the catch and shoot, and then a very good defender is Paul George. Try to get that poster animation. Unfortunately, doesn't get it to go, but I just don't think he's going to be, your main source of offense. The way to use Paul George is not going to be scoring with the ball with him every single play. It's just going to be running a T-Mac next to him, running a Terry Dischinger or Ricky Davis, putting Paul George at the 3. He's just going to play very good defense in game. You can use him in the 2-man pick and roll, and if he's wide open, he does have a really good catch and shoot jump shot, and that will definitely help him out from the 3-point line as we're going to the basket once again. Like I said, that's going to be the best way to use this card. I'm going to try to chuck up some more 3s here just so you guys can see him 3 hunting. And if he can 3 hunt, I just don't think he'll be able to unless you're like an amazing 3 hunter and can 3 hunt with any card in the game. He's just got too slow of a jump shot and not really like the best 3 hunting SIGs in my opinion. I just don't think his movement doesn't feel great is what I'm trying to say. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Dark Matter Paul George card? I think he's just going to be overpriced, probably going to go for upwards of 400k, and I just don't see that being worth it as we're looking to go around that screen, try to pull up in Taco Fall's face, and we're actually able to knock down that 3. So if you do get yourself some space wide open, my opponent didn't jump there, he can green in some, slight contest. That was a pretty good shot there from Paul George, as we're looking to play good defense. Gotta watch a drive. So far, I'm really impressed with the card's defense, able to stay in front of a card like Steve Smith, as we got there and got the block, but Boogie Cousins is gonna foul Steve Smith. So defensively, I like the card. I think he's got great stats and badges for the defensive end, and then I do like his player model in game. I think he's got a good wingspan, but his player model super wide and looks like he can stay in front of a lot of defenders. So defensively, Paul George is going to be great. I'm just not sure about the card on the offensive end, especially with the ball in his hands, trying to 3-hunt and just score with this card. I think is going to be a little bit harder, but we're trying to go to the rim, and Paul George laying down the hammer. He's got 11 points. I mean, it's only a 2-point ball game with 2 minutes left. We are playing not that terrible with Paul George. I mean, he's just going to be like a shooting guard Kevin Durant, but with better defense. It's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. Is he's trying to go to the rim. We're going to play great defense. Can we grab that board? Yes, we do. And we got to push that ball here in transition. Paul George, he's out there running. Can we knock down the frontward fade? And we are going to miss that. Probably wasn't the greatest shot, but Paul George almost going to get back there on the defensive end. And yes, he does. Paul George making up for his missed shot, getting that block there in transition. I'll try to find him in the corner, and he's going to get that steal. Got to watch that pass inside. As we are playing really wild right now. We just got to slow it down on offense and look to take better looks. We do have the lock badge now, which is going to really help us out on the defensive end as we play great defense. So now we just got to get the rebound over Taco Fall. And yeah, that is just not going to happen, man. Taco is grabbing every single rebound. Look at him, man. KG now on the boards. I mean, we just cannot get a single rebound right now. I mean, that's what happens when you got Jeremy Shohan at the power forward spot trying to guard Taco Fall. But can we play some good help defense? We're going to swing off his Steve Smith. Probably wasn't the smartest idea. He's going to miss once again, and we just cannot get a rebound. I mean, this Taco Fall card is just ridiculous. Can Paul George maybe get a little steal? We're going to go for that steal animation. Look at Paul George. He's going to rip Taco Fall, and we're pushing that ball here in transition. Can we look to get to that rack? Paul George, burst of speed, and we're going all the way to tie up the ball game. Paul George, man, he's playing clutch defense right now and clutch offense. Can we go for another steal? Trying to watch that pass back out. He's going to swing it over to Taco in that left side corner. No way he gets us off, man. We just got to watch that backdoor cut. That's on me, Paul George. And we can't get back in time. That was on me for not watching that backdoor. Got to be watching the backdoors at all time. But can we get back here in the pick and roll for Paul George? Trying to find him at that 3-point line. Looking for some space. He's playing pretty good defense right now with Steve Smith. We got nothing. We are literally boxed. We got nothing. Paul George going all the way. And we are very lucky to get that easy wide open layup. Now we just need one more clutch stop and then go for that game-winning bucket. I know who he's going through. He's going to get the ball into the hands of Steve Smith or Taco Fall. Got to watch him driving in here. We're playing good defense. Come on, Paul George. I need to clamp up. Good defense. That is great defense. Can we get the board, though? We do. Trying to find Paul George out here running in transition, going all the way with a slam dunk to give us a 2-point lead. Now we just got to stop Taco Fall because I know he wants to go on the inside. He's just going to chuck that up, though, and he's going to miss. And I think we got the win. Trying to find Paul George here in transition, and that is going to do it. We win the game by 2 points. Definitely Paul George, carrying us to that victory. 17 points, 1 block, but played very good defense. Well, he didn't give him that steal on Taco Fall because he ripped him. I thought he had 2 steals in that ball game, but all around, I mean, Paul George is going to be a very good shooting guard / small forward. Like I said, probably a little bit better at the small forward position. I just don't think he's going to be on that T-Mac, Terry Dishinger, Ricky Davis, Steve Smith level. I think he might be a little bit closer to like a Scottie Pippen, a Vince Carter, Grant Hill, these type of shooting guards. I think his best comparison is maybe like a better version of a Grant Hill. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about Dark Matter PG? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.